Ah, Christmas time. That magical time of year where you gather at your favorite fairy tale tavern and tell jokes and reminisce with your friends over a cup of mulled wine and hot spice cider about all the things you did the year before. Or, if you live in Texas, it's the only time of year where it's not as hot outside as the surface of the damn sun. That's right, Texas. Suck it. You're too hot, and I hate living here. It's like 90 degrees outside. Very hard for me to get in the Christmas spirit. I tried decorating the house. It's bright as hell in here. I got one half of a cloudy day yesterday. It doesn't rain here. It doesn't snow. Doesn't do anything but sunshine, sunshine, sunshine. I don't need to tell you, this year's been a difficult one. Everything from the coronavirus keeping us all inside and away from our families during Christmas, to CD Projekt Red taking a cyber dump on most of our Christmas hopes and dreams. Or maybe the fact that Grand Theft Auto can't even be bothered to make it snow in Los Santos. It's frickin' December 21st already. Where's my Christmas tree? Where's my snow? Nothing. I'm not getting anything that I want this Christmas. And so I wanted to make a magical Christmas episode of Magic is Timeless. Have I said magic enough? I'm not sure if I have. Gotta get a few magics in for my new sponsor, Magic.com. Magic.com. For all your magic needs. Go to Magic.com, use coupon code WinterbourneIsMagic, and get 50% off every purchase. And if I'm lying, it's because I'm making all this up right now. Okay, back to the show. But it hasn't all been doom and gloom this year. There were some good things. I saw the movie Claws, starring Jason Schwartzman, Norm Macdonald, and Rashida Jones. And that was pretty good. I'd say it's an instant classic. So I tried watching it last year and didn't get very far because it got too busy. But this year I actually sat down and saw the miracle for what it was. I mean, it's got everything. It takes place in a really eerie, dark setting in this town where the two families are feuding constantly, and Jason Schwartzman has to sort it all out and save the day. Meanwhile, reinventing the tradition of Santa Claus, starring J.K. Simmons. It's really, really good, and you should watch it. Much better than that Grinch remake that came out a couple years ago, starring Benedict Cumberbuttons, where all the Who's were like radical rightists. Well, that thing was just dead on arrival, stinking turd that won't seem to flush. First Grinch was a classic, second Grinch with Jim Carrey took me a little while to warm up to, but this third Grinch, stay away from it at all costs. It's just bad news Grinch. Oh, and if you haven't seen it yet, Rare Exports. I think it's streaming right now on Hulu Plus. It's one of the best films ever made, and it's all about Santa Claus and this little boy who saves Christmas from him. What else did I like this year? Oh, and what about Snow White and the Huntsman? I just saw this gem this year. Where have I been, under a rock? This thing came out in 2012. That's about the time that I came out. Where have I been? This thing is amazing. It's a classic fairy tale setting. They don't screw it up with one song. They don't just use Chris Hemsworth to show him with his shirt off, unlike me later on in this episode. It stars Nick Frost as one of the 7 dwarfs. Anyway, I really enjoyed it. I have a big problem with the Disneyfication of pretty much everything that's going on. And when something like this comes out, Charlize Theron just kicks it out of the park. I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is so much better than that Maleficent turd that came out. God bless Angelina Jolie, but she can't save that franchise. Snow White and the Huntsman. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. Hold on a second, I forgot to mention Kristen Stewart. And Kristen Stewart's really good in it. That's good enough. Okay, Merry Christmas, everyone. In this episode, we discuss everything from dreams and healthcare tips to what makes Christmas really spectacular. So, without further ado, here's the episode.
What is your opinion on bath salts?
Oh, I prefer showers.
How do you wash that big head?
I stick it in a vat of oil, buff it up with a couple towels, and then I'm ready to go.
Ready to ride.
Was that a normal question that you ask your guest? So, how do you normally keep clean? What do you prefer to use? A loofah or just a wash rag and a bar of soap? Do you use liquid bath wash or do you use bath salts?
The inquiring minds want to know, man. I mean, how does a robot maintain itself? You seem pretty fit and shape, so you must have some type of regimen you have in place.
Eat right and get plenty of sleep.
I love your sleep, huh?
I do. I sleep 8 hours a day.
Dude.
Full 8. In bed at midnight, up at 8. Ready to face the day.
That's a pretty good schedule.
Not bad.
Probably helps support your creative tendencies.
Well, here's the thing. You don't dream if you don't get the full amount of sleep. And I love dreaming.
What do you usually dream about?
Everything and anything. The other day I dreamt I pushed my brother into a fountain and he had a broken arm and he was drowning and I had to jump in and save him. So but I was the one that pushed him in.
I was about to
What does that say?
I think it's a paradox.
I feel ashamed of myself.
It was just a dream.
but it meant something. I had another dream that I was accosted by a group of 8-year-olds at an airport. Yeah, they came up to me and they were bullying me. One of them knelt down behind me, like this, and then another one tried to push me over, and I just stepped over the kid, because he's just 8 years old, and then the other ones started to surround me. I was trying to throw them off, and I was calling out to the other people at the airport, hey, these kids are attacking me, and they're like, handle your crap, Winterbourne. They're 8 years old. And I just didn't want to hurt. I felt like I could break their arms, but then what happens? Winterbourne breaks 8-year-olds' arms in airports. That's the headline. No mention of the fact that they attacked me. So what do you do? What do you do with something like that?
Wow. This sounds like you might be dealing with some deep-seated issues.
I don't think so. I think I'm pretty well adjusted.
Yeah. Do you have a psychiatrist that you go to right now?
No.
Can you tell us how you make your art? The processes, like what materials do you use?
Yes, I can, but the thing
is that a secret?
I don't think that they would know what I'm talking about. And that's not to say that people aren't intelligent. I'm just saying that when it was explained to me and I wasn't doing it, I had no idea what they were saying.
By Geppetto?
By Geppetto. He says, you've got to take these sculpting tools and you make this out of clay, and then once you have this clay sculpture, you put rubber over it, and then you make an outer shell, maybe out of plaster, maybe out of resin, and then you take the clay out, and then you pour the plaster in, and like, is any of this making any sense to you?
Yeah.
Because this is how it was explained to me, and I didn't understand it until I did it. And the other thing is, without visual aids, it's just me explaining things in a very poor way. I'm not a very good teacher. Well, we can maybe cut them in, and then you can splice it into this while I'm trying to explain it poorly.
Big question.
Bigger than my favorite movie?
You're not getting paid for that, just so you know. Or are you?
Who knows?
What do you feel the role of art is in the world?
I certainly don't think I could give you a good answer sitting here right now on the spot. Yes, I know that you provided me these questions weeks before. Did I look at them? No, because I wanted spontaneity.
How important is art?
How important are ornaments on a Christmas tree? Without ornaments, it's just a tree. But you put some lights on it, you put some ornaments on it, it's something spectacular. Now, if you don't celebrate Christmas, I feel bad for you. Because it doesn't matter whether you're Jewish or Christian, Hindu, Muslim, blah blah blah. Christmas is just a great time. You put a tree in the house, you have some punch, you sing some carols, you got some nice lights everywhere. For me, it's nothing to do with religion. It's more of a way to bring things together, spend time with friends and family, and I've turned your art talk into a pro-Christmas friend.
I was wondering, because I know you love Christmas and shit. I was like, okay, he's going in on it.
But seriously, it's a good analogy.
It is great.
Picture the world as like just a tree. And a tree is beautiful, but why not decorate it? Why not accent it? And sure, some of those ornaments are absolute garbage. Bullets, get it out of here. Some of them, you look forward to seeing them every year, and they're your favorite thing. And that's what art is. But you put me on the spot. I didn't have any time to think about it.
That was a great answer.
So you got a Christmas tree rant.
That was good. What is that show you were referencing before, Between the Ferns?
We took the jade out, so there's no real correlation. It was between two ferns with Zach Galifianakis.
Yes.
But our set had a jade plant where this lamp is, and I said we should call it On Either Side of a Jade. But now there's no jade, so now it's just on either side of a lamp that looks like a candle. That isn't a candle. I shouldn't have spoiled that.
We'll cut that up.
Thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you learned something. I also hope you have a very Merry Christmas, regardless of where you end up this year. And even if you're alone, just know that I'm with you in spirit, especially if you're in one of the colder parts of the country or the world. I am definitely with you in spirit, because my spirit's not here. Like I said, it's blazing hot outside. It's like living on the surface of the sun. Can't stand it here. I should cut this. Merry Christmas. And this special episode was brought to you by the Blue Genie Art Bazaar. The Blue Genie Art Bazaar. With great artists like Chet Phillips, Flip Solomon, Joe Ganuccio, and so many more. My booth is right next to Jay Long. Blue Genie Art Bazaar. Afraid to leave your house because of the virus? Well, go online, you dummy. There's some safe space. Art Bazaar! Art Bazaar! What fresh hell is this? What middle school student shot this? I said everything's to be shot landscape, not portrait. This isn't a TikTok video, it's for YouTube. Learn to hold your phones.